So when was the last time you turned to the phone book to look up a number? I've been thinking probably about a decade.
Yeah.
It's been probably 10 years.
Yeah, right. You're using your phone,
Yep.
your laptop, your tablet. Most of us use the web in some way. So if you're a business owner, how can you create a website that works and gain traction on social engines?
Well, this guy knows how to do it. Thor Schrock returns from Schrock Innovations. Good to see you, Thor.
Hi, Thor.
Funny true story, guys. I was on my radio show on Sunday, and I just threw it out there. Now it was on KFAB, so this audience is not a young hipster grabbing my phone audience.
Okay.
And I said, not that I'm saying KFAB listeners are all old. I listen to KFAB, and I only consider myself moderately aged. But I threw it out there. I said, if you have used a phone book in the last 6 months to a year, just call into the program and tell me, yeah, I used my phone book.
It lit up, didn't it?
And I had a full bank of calls already, but I did
Right.
get one guy that got through who said, I absolutely have used my phone book in the last, and I'm thinking, oh man, I made this guy angry.
Right.
He said, no, every time my daughter makes a paste project, we need something to hold down the paper, and the phone book is perfect for
It's
that.
a
so heavy,
way.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's terrible.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't use to look up numbers. And, people use the phone book and the yellow pages to attract customers when you're
Yes.
talking about businesses. So
And it's
how-
expensive.
It is expensive. So how can you help businesses do that? Because that's what they want. They want customers.
Well, we to start off with, Schrock put our money where our mouth is on this one. We've been saying for the last couple of years that we've noticed that the phone book is weird because every year it gets more expensive. They reduce your discount. Anyone who's bought a Yellow Page ad knows what I mean. They never raise the price. They just reduce your discount. And we were paying at one point $3,600 a month for a full page in Lincoln and a 3/4 page in the Omaha book. And we just said this, and you can't track it. You don't really know. So they won't let you put coupons in your ads or special offers so you can track. So, okay, this is done. So we just stopped one year. We decided we're going to take a risk. We took out that $3,600 we were spending on Yellow Page ads, and I saved that money, $3,600 a month, and I gave my Schrock Interactive division a whopping budget of like a total of $1,000.
Right.
And they're like, how is this fair? But no, with that $1,000, we saw a 100% increase in sales
Wow.
No
by
kidding.
marketing on the web, where people are actually looking for people to do business with,
Yeah.
as opposed to the Yellow Pages.
But you know how to do that. I mean, that's your thing. I don't know how to create websites and get toward the top of a search engine if somebody goes to Google and I want to be one of the results they find. So how do you do that, and how do you meet those needs for business owners?
Well, there's a whole little cottage industry that's sprung up around this called SEO and SEM, search engine optimization, which determines who gets up to the top of the rankings, and search engine marketing, which means once you get to the top of the rankings, how do you actually get those people who are clicking on the links to come into your store physically or to order online and buy something? Because the two are different. And one of the biggest problems that most small businesses have is let's say you are let's just grab a pet store. Let's say you're a pet store, and you're like, oh my gosh, if I'm going to try to rank for pet store, that's almost insurmountable because I'm competing against all the other pet stores in the country. Well, honestly, especially if you're a local business, you're not. You're competing against the pet stores in Omaha, and most people who use search engines to find stuff, now the search engines are actually geo-targeting. So if you're in Omaha and you search for pet stores,
Right.
they're not going to give you a pet store in Seattle like they would have done a few years ago. They're going to give you a pet store in Omaha. Well, some people will type pet store Omaha or pet store Papillion or pet store Lincoln or pet store Nebraska, things like that. And those are the search terms you really want to go after and rank for, because those are the people, again, that are going to come in and do business in your doors.
Yeah, so you create that SEO campaign. You guys can do that. Do you recommend that those business owners still do Yellow Pages along with the search engine optimization?
And this is where I throw it out there. I'm not a Yellow Page basher. For our industry, it doesn't make sense because obviously people who have their computers and stuff and are needing them fixed are more technical than people who might not. So our industry did not benefit from the Yellow Pages at all. You talk to attorneys and doctors, they'll tell you their Yellow Page ads
Right.
work because they only need to get one client a year to pay off their Yellow Page investment. So why wouldn't you do it? Yeah. But we just signed a doctor's office, a brand new office opening up in Bellevue that is going to the full Monty, 100% SEO, full throttle forward, because he's looking at this and saying, yeah, if I get one customer a year from my Yellow Pages, I make all my investment back. But if I put this online, I'm going to get thousands of customers a year. And won't life be sweet then?
Yeah, right.
And so, one of the things that we do is we look at your industry, because in some cases, especially if you don't have a website or if you don't have a product that can convert well. So, a lot of service industries this is perfect for lawn care, you know, we've done websites for doggy doo-doo cleanup
Yep.
companies.
Right,
We've done websites for attorneys. We've done websites for doctors. We've done websites for government agencies and pseudo-government agencies like Chambers of Commerce and the Nebraska Retail Federation, stuff like that, to help them get their message out. We've done websites for churches. And that's weird because, you know, when we go into the meetings, you know, we're used to talking about return on investment. We're used to talking about how many customers can we bring in versus how many people come.
Yeah.
But with a church, the message is completely different. But that's the beauty of this. You can apply these same rules. So you want to have more, you want to spread the good news to more followers. We can create a website that helps you do that.
About building the audience.
Yes,
really.
absolutely.
So where do our viewers start? And we'll show you the information for the 3 locations of Schrock Innovation between Omaha, Papillion, and Lincoln. Where do our viewers start if they want to get your help?
Well, the easiest way is to give us a call. Any of the 3 service centers, you know, you're going to end up talking to Sam or Chris. They're the 2 guys that handle our SEO packages at Schrock Interactive. But the bottom line here is a lot of people look at SEO and they say, oh my gosh, this is going to cost me thousands of dollars. You know, Thor, I don't have $1,000 a year to put into this, you know, stuff like that. We have packages that start as low as $150 a month. And the neat thing about SEO is as you do it, it's incremental. You never lose the benefit. It's not like last year's Yellow Page that everyone uses to hold down pace projects. You never lose the benefit of the work you've done. So you just keep going forward at a nice steady pace, what you can afford in your business, and eventually you'll succeed.
And you can track it to make sure that it's
Absolutely.
working.
You can track it,
Absolutely.
right,
So
right.
you know instead of just guessing.
So yeah, if we're not performing for you, you know we're not performing, and worse yet, we know we're not performing, and
Yeah.
then we're like, why is this not working? We got to do something different.
Right, but it's something you have to do because a lot of people think you just put up a website and you'll draw customers.
It's
You
amazing,
really got to
you know?
do some other things too.
Yeah, you've got to make sure people have a reason to go to your site. You need good content, and you have to avoid the tricksters. There's a lot of those guys in the SEO community that are going to do the black hat stuff and spam you all across all these
Right.
blogs and stuff.
You know
can do a
not
lot of
to do
damage.
that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thor.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Earlier in the show, we were visiting with David G. Brown about the new branding initiative for Omaha. That conversation inspired what we're talking about on social media. Which 3 words would you use to describe Omaha? Join us on Facebook at Morning Blend Omaha. We're also on Twitter at OMA Morning Blend.